Welcome everybody to our weekly Soul Changes Lives webinar. I am Debbie Cockburn. I am your, let's see, what do I want to be today? I'll be the moderator. I'll be the main speaker. I will be the conductor and reporter of this meeting. And I love to tell jokes. That's something I probably should start doing more when we start these webinars, is let you know really who I am as a person. I love to laugh, I love to sing, and I love to dance, even though I don't dance very much anymore because my husband doesn't like to dance, that stinker. But that's a story for another week. But I will tell you that I enjoy a good belly laugh, and I enjoy talking about natural health. Having said that, I want to make it clear to everyone who will watch this recording later and to those participating, no one on our panel today is a doctor. We are not medical doctors. We don't treat disease. And I don't bash doctors. I think there's plenty of room on this world for all of us to practice what we believe. One of the things that I believe in, and that's why I do these webinars, is sharing good natural health tips. And so today I wanted to talk about our Solle protocols and how my favorite ways are to use the Solle products. I know it's always been a question for many people when they get started. Can I take this, if I'm pregnant? Can I take this if I'm lactating? Can I take this if I'm on this medication? And I always have to take a little bit of a pause and not say immediately what comes to my mind. But I think if we were this diligent and asking questions about the things that the medical world would like to impose on us, then we would all practice a lot better eating and then better taking care of ourselves through supplementation. I honestly believe that if we give our bodies what the body needs, the body was created perfectly and smartly enough, smarter than any smartphone or computer that I've ever seen. Our bodies are smart enough to decipher what is good nutrition and how to use it to better heal itself. So I'm not saying that herbs heal you. I am saying that the body, when given what it needs, can heal itself, because that's exactly what it was designed to do. If we look at scripture, we see it mentioned many times, right? That the herbs were given to man for his health. And so I firmly believe that. And I want to make it very clear that Solle products all are based on adaptogenic herbs. Adaptogenic herbs have been used in Chinese traditional medicine for millennia, for at least 4,000 years documented. Okay, and so when we look at adaptogenic herbs, we know that they have been studied recently for long-term use. They are safe for daily use and can be used at any age, which makes it a product that's really, really safe to use on an everyday routine or schedule. So how do you want to use Solle Naturals? What does Solle Naturals have to offer you? Well, Solle Naturals has a line of foundational beverages, is what we call them, and they come in little packets. But I will show you the box because it's a lot easier. This is my favorite drink. I think this is what Gwen is drinking right now, which is the Cinemate. And this is a product that has yerba mate, nopal, cinnamon bark. It actually has 3 different forms of cinnamon, banaba leaf, and thyme extract. I don't think that if I showed this to a doctor, they would say, oh no, that is so dangerous. Do not use that product. Very safe to take, right? We have our next foundational drink, which is called Excel. It comes in a yellow box. And this one I love because it has a great quantity of cupuaçu, which is a nice fruit from South America. It comes from Brazil. And cupuaçu combined with maca, red maca, black maca, yellow maca, which all work together to support every part of the body that has fluid that needs to move or energy that needs to move. The cupuaçu is extremely high in antioxidants, and that's what makes it a wonderful, wonderful drink for everyone, because everyone needs antioxidants, right? This has got a highly concentrated amount of antioxidants. In addition to those herbs that I mentioned, it also contains bilberry, great for the eyes, fennel, great for the digestive system, great for the respiratory system. It contains mullein, wonderful for the lungs, fenugreek, butcher's broom, and celery seed extract, which are wonderful components also for the circulatory system. So everything that needs to be fluid and moving, including mucus, including lymph, and in our blood and our plasma that really need to circulate and move, Excel is going to be a great product for it. And then we come to our green drink, Soul Vital. Sorry, I apologize. I don't have the lids on these boxes because it makes it easy to take off so you can't see the name, but this is Soul Vital. It's the green packet. I should have done that with the other one so you can see the name. Soul Vital. Soul Vital has 4 different sources of chlorophyll. Most products on the market that are chlorophyll based are alfalfa extract, but this has alfalfa, nettle, the whole herb powder. It has spinach leaf and mulberry fruit. So you have a highly concentrated amount of chlorophyll. And what does chlorophyll do for your body? It helps to detox your body. It helps to maintain pH balance in your body. And that's really essential nowadays because I think people have such an acid or super acid diet or super alkaline. Not anybody eats a perfect pH balance range meal. So this is going to be the product that's going to help maintain pH balance because it detoxifies. It also deodorizes. So it helps to clean the blood, and it is high in trace minerals. So it's going to support things like your thymus, your thyroid, your pituitary gland, all of the glands that need a lot of extra help. You'll also find that in the Excel drink because of the macas. Well, most people don't know is that maca is amazing for bone knitting. So I think most people look for plantain because plantain leaf is wonderful for bone knitting. Guess what? We have plantain in our longevity product now. So you can actually get it not as a single herb, but that's pretty amazing. And then what I love, besides having the high mineral content in this drink, is that it has an adaptogenic base. So most of the herbs that you will find in a product called Adaptable will be in that drink, except for the St. John's wort, which is what I like because children can take this drink because there's no St. John's wort in it. And I love using this with kids. I've raised my nieces and nephews at some point in their lives. They've lived with me. And when my nieces and nephews would start getting constipated or backed up, I knew they weren't drinking enough, and they definitely were not doing anything to cleanse or getting enough fiber and such. So one of the first things I would give them is chlorophyll. Well, how do you get a kid to drink chlorophyll? The first thing you say is that it's water from another planet because it's green. Or if you mix it with their almond milk or their rice milk, it can be, you know, I don't know, milk from another planet or a green cow or however you want to say it. Kids are very curious and they will try anything. And what I love about these drinks is that they're very palatable. They are all sweetened with stevia or honey powder. And in the case of Cinemate, it is sweetened with honey powder. And so I like that. It's really sweet. And we have Renew, right? The Renew drink. This is the one that will calm your crispy nerves. If you ever, my niece says, Titi, you need to calm down. You're extra crispy today. This is my calm down as well as the Soul Vital drink. Now, all of these drinks can be mixed together in 64 ounces of water. Some people call that the Soul Bomb. And you can sip on that all day long. So can you imagine just having this great access to all of these 4 drinks? If you are a person who is on the go, or maybe you work at an office and it's not easy for you to get up and move around to fix a different drink, well, then guess what? You can mix a tall bottle of cold water with ice and shake it up with all 4 packets. That's one of my favorite ways to do it. If I know I'm going to be on the road and can't make frequent stops to, you know, get another bottle of water and mix a new drink, I just fill my 64-ounce jug that I have for traveling, and I fill that up with all 4 drinks to make sure that I don't skip a drink during the day. And that's one of my favorite tips to do, and that's called the Soul Bomb. Some people like to mix Excel and Soul Vital together. That's a great mix. But I'm going to tell you a cool little story. I divide my drinks by time. So when I look at the box of Excel, I think of the bright, beautiful sunshine because it's yellow. And so I always think, what a great way to start the day, bringing light or clarity, because yellow means that it's in the clarify category of our herbs. And clarify means it's going to clarify or bring more energy or light to the organs that need it, right? And give me a clear mind, clear lymph, better circulating blood. And so I like to drink Excel in the morning. And so I'm going to tell you that I try to drink a lot. I'll drink 24 to 32 ounces of plain water in the morning, maybe with a little bit of lemon. First thing I do when I wake up. This morning, I woke up at 3:30 the first time because my little doggy was not feeling well and he needed to go out. And I always leave my bottle of water ready. So as he went out, when we came back in, I took a glug, 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 and drank about half of that water. Half of that 32 ounces I drank at 3:30 in the morning. When my other doggy was feeling like she needed to vomit this morning at 4:35, I got up, I took care of her, I held her, she cried a little, and when she got settled back down, I finished the rest of my 32 ounces of water with lemon. What did I do at that time? I took my Amitox, because Amitox is a great product, and I love this product, you guys. I'm going to show you on the protocols how to take them. But if you're on month 2 or 3 of the 4-month program, when you're detoxing, Amitox is a product that you will want to take separate from food and separate from your other herbs. Why do I say this? This product has activated charcoal in it. It also has Cascara Sagrada. So it's going to help your bowels move. And because it has charcoal, it interrupts the way your body takes in nutrition. So you never want to take Amitox with a meal, ever. Okay, they're safe to take on an empty stomach. It's not going to give you stomach cramps. And ladies, if you have a question, please jump in and just either show me the emoji or icon, raise your hand, unmute your mic, and ask your question.
Okay, so Debbie, how much time should you separate the Amitox from eating or taking other herbs? Should it be an hour?
At least an hour. If you can wait 2, it would be even better. That's why I say, if you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and you have to go pee, leave a bottle of water by your nightstand or, you know, close by, so that when you do go to the restroom, you see the water, leave your Amitox there.
Okay.
Grab your 3 Amitox and take it at that time, because chances are you'll go back to bed, or maybe you'll read or something, but you won't be eating at that time. So that's a great time to take your Amitox. Don't take it with a meal, because it has Mangista. I love Mangista. Mangista is very powerful. It is the first herb listed in this blend. Mangista is amazing for the skin, but because it's amazing for the skin is because it's highly detoxing herb. And it is an Ayurvedic herb. I apologize. I have one of Lola's little hairs stuck on my eyelash, and that's what keeps poking me. And then right after Mangista, it has Cascara Sagrada and bentonite clay. So you know that the job of those herbs is to pull things out of the intestines that is toxic. And so if it's going to be drawing things out, that's why you don't want to eat with it, because it will interrupt any nutrition that you're taking in. Okay. It's really designed to do that. And then we can follow that, you know, an hour or 2 later, however long you want to wait. And then you can take your fiber drink, the good vibrations, and then take maybe your fast track capsules with that, because that's what's going to move the bowel. But you don't have to take them together, because what I do is I take the Amitox first thing in the morning, and then I wait an hour or 2, and then I take my fiber, and I'm full because I've already had so much water. Then I go ahead and have my my Excel drink, And then I'll, like half an hour later, I'll be ready for a breakfast. So I eat a small breakfast and then I get going for the day. And, it's time for the second or third walk with the dogs, who knows, and just get going, right? But we'll talk about the protocols now and how to separate out your drinks and your products as you're using them. I'm just trying to, things that I think of off the top of my head that sometimes are not written in the protocols. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to just a comment when you were talking about the vital in milk and how you could get kids to drink it. I think you could call it Martian milk.
Yes.
That would be
Yes.
cool.
It is cool. And that's how I got my first niece, who is now 42, to try chlorophyll back in the day. I told her it's Martian milk. She goes, Martian milk? Yes, but it didn't work with my nephew because he was kind of afraid of mushrooms. And I said, that's the St. Patrick's Day milk. It's green. And
Yeah.
Irish, he's part Irish. And so I said, hey, that's your leprechaun. That's your St. Patrick's Day milk. And he goes, oh, St. Patrick's Day. Oh, that's really cool. And now he's an adult and he's actually used our products and he's tried it with his children and he really loves it. I mean, he's got some great testimonials on how adaptable and the Soul Vital really just helped his life. He was going through a very bad divorce and severe depression, and the product helped him amazingly. So there's just a lot of other things that you can do. And so the first drink that I like to start the day with, like I said, is Excel. My mid-morning drink, because that's when I'm usually having breakfast, is like after 10 or 11 a.m. I love to follow it with my Cinemate. There is nothing more comforting than this drink. If you enjoy a warm drink, this is it. If you enjoy the smell of cinnamon, this is it. Gwen is drinking it in my favorite mug, her Cinemate mug. Hold it up so everybody can see your mug. I love it. This drink is amazing. Why do I call it my mid-morning drink? Because sometimes if you have problems with blood sugar, and mid-morning is when the cravings start, right? And you start dipping depending on what you had for breakfast. Cinemate is a great pick-me-up. It's not got caffeine, it's got yerba mate. So matein, like caffeine, has kind of an invigorating property to it. The difference between caffeine and matein is caffeine can cause you jitters and wear down your nerves and also wear down your pituitary gland. Whereas the mate doesn't. Mate is actually a wonderful source of nutrition. As a matter of fact, in Argentina and in Paraguay, the government has actually added yerba mate to their food pyramid because it's so nutritious. It's got over 28 amino acids and other vitamins and minerals and nutritions that we know of. So highly nutritious. So it's got yerba mate in it, but because you get, you know how sometimes you get cravings for sugar. So in the morning, Excel can clear the brain fog that if you don't sleep well, you will wake up with brain fog, or if your lymph is not circulating well, you'll wake up with brain fog. This is going to help your lymph start to circulate. Cinemate is going to help with digestion and focused energy. So it gives you a different energy. It doesn't cause any jitters. It won't cause your hands to shake. It is not stimulating in any way, although the word stimulus is used when we're talking about how these herbs help to activate. I like to say activate the nervous system or activate the glandular system. And this also has an amazing power because it has nopal cactus or prickly pear. It helps to balance blood sugar. And that's usually what's causing those cravings or those dips in your blood sugar levels. And these two can be interchanged. So you may want to start the day with this one or with this one, and then, trade places. If you start the day with this one will be your mid-morning drink. But for me, this works best. I love it because after breakfast, and I am a bread girl. Listen, you can kill me with waffles or a baguette. I love bread. But because if you eat too much processed food, right, with white flour, your blood sugar spikes or dips. And that's where Cinemate really comes in and does wonders for you. And so it helps with the digestion and it will help focus your brain. If you are at work 10 a.m. is when everybody is standing around the break room trying to get their coffee because they're trying to wake back up. You don't even have to go to the break room. Hot water, cold water, it works just the same. You know how I like it? My favorite way to drink it is hot with a splash of unsweetened almond milk, because it is sweet, because it has honey powder to sweeten it. And so it's amazing. I mean, I love it. I call it the hug in a mug, because you really feel like, oh, it's so comforting. And then in the mid-afternoon, I love to take my Solle Vital. I like to call this one my come home from work cocktail. Those of you who know me will laugh to death, because you know I don't drink. But boy, oh boy, at 3 o'clock, somewhere between 1 and 3 o'clock, I love this drink with a little splash of lemon and ice, and it is refreshing. It is cold. It helps to balance my minerals. You know, at the end of the day or in the mid-afternoon, if you work at an office, and I will tell you from personal experience, when I worked at an office in the afternoon is when the boss usually calls for a meeting, and you're tired. And I don't take another Cinemate in the afternoon. And so really you only need these drinks once a day, each one once a day, right? And so I take this now that I work from home. I don't work for anyone else but myself. But in the afternoons, boy, when there's a webinar going on, or there's another meeting that's going to happen, like tonight is yesterday night, sorry, was the Inside Soul. You take one of these, it will help you stay awake for your evening meetings. And this one, because it has all of the trace minerals, it really helps to give your body strength. And so this can also be a great source of energy. And you know what the wonderful thing about taking it mid-afternoon is? If you are driving home through rush hour, this has 6 adaptogenic herbs. 6 herbs that are known to help your mood fluctuations. So if you are driving, you are stressed, my friend. If you have a boss, you are stressed. If you're a substitute teacher, you are stressed because the kids don't know you when they try to take advantage because you're not the regular teacher. I'm talking for Gwen now. You know, if you have anything that's going on that's stressful, these are the herbs that you want to take. These are wonderful mood enhancing herbs. So this one, I want to take this before I get on the freeway, at least an hour before I get on the freeway, because I'm not going to be sleepy, but boy, I'm going to be pretty chill. I won't be flipping anybody off on the road. And if you cut me off, I just say, hey, buddy, I hope you get there fast because you must be in a rush. So I don't worry about it. That's my mid-afternoon drink. And then this one, I usually take between 7 and 9 p.m. And I love it because it helps my body just kind of ease into an evening routine where if you are working in front of a computer all day, you're on the phone all day, you're taking care of customers, you are just tired. And have you ever gotten to the point where you're so tired that your body can't fall asleep? Have you ever had that happen? It is the worst because you're so tired and you close your eyes and nothing is happening. And you've tried to drain every thought from your head and you're sitting there looking at the ceiling, thinking of nothing, not even the sheep that you're not counting, and you can't sleep. This will be the one that will help you relax, unwind, renew, and refresh, because this is what this product does. That's why the name is called Renew. It will really, it doesn't make you drowsy. I can take it at 9 o'clock and go to bed at 11 and fall asleep. Now, my trick as of late is I love to mix it with my second helping of Solle Royal. And so I will drink a Solle Royal in the morning sometime, or sometimes just for lunch because it's pretty filling. I like it. I mix it with water and I might put, you know, some berries in it in the blender with some ice. It's like a very, very low cal smoothie. It tastes great. So it staves my hunger in the afternoon and it helps me look better, but it also helps my body feel better. I feel like I'm walking a lot better. And at nighttime, collagen really helps the body to sleep. And so I mix it with the Renew and it makes an amazing drink. I just mix it with water and about 12 to 14 ounces of water. So it's not going to be a nice thick purpley shake, but it will taste really good because I love the taste of Renew. Renew has passion flower and passion fruit. Passion flower and passion fruit are nervine herbs. The fruit by itself, I grew up drinking passion fruit juice in Puerto Rico. I thought my mom was making me this amazing shake from this fruit that she had growing along the fence because it grows on a vine. And I thought it tasted great. Little did I know she was trying to give me the calm down, because passion fruit can really help blood pressure. It can really help high blood pressure. It can really help low blood pressure. It will help because it's adaptogenic. This has passion flower, passion fruit. It also has an amazing fruit that comes from Asia. It's very popular in Asia, which is yuzu. It's Y-U-Z-U. It's pronounced yuzu. So yuzu, it looks like an orange. It's a hybrid. It looks like an orange, smells like a pear, and tastes kind of like between an orange and a lime and a grapefruit. It's really wonderful. It's super high in vitamin C, like kupuwasu, much more vitamin C in them than an orange. So if you need vitamin C, and your body needs vitamin C every day because it doesn't make it or store it, so it needs to be replenished every day. This is a great product to take. So it's got yuzu, it has lemon balm, yes, and it has marl root, and marl root really helps to strengthen the nervous system. And so that's what's going to help these glands that are back here in the back of your brain. It's going to help you turn off your brain, for those of you who don't know how to do that. And I showed you an exercise a couple of months ago. Do you remember that exercise where I would say, breathe in, count to, blah, 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 hold, and then exhale for 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And then you remember that exercise? I'll have to review it with you another day. That's one of the things you need to do to relax, right? And if you are like most people, you're overworked, you're super stressed, and you're not getting to bed on time, or you think you're getting to bed on time, right? You turn off the lights at 10, but you were watching the news up until 10:15. So those lights have been on. You start shutting off the lights in the house. Guess what? Your brain hasn't gotten the idea yet that it's time to go to bed because it's too bright in the house. And that's why the brain can't go to sleep. So start turning off the lights, listen to softer music. Don't listen to the news before you go to bed. It's depressing anyway. And take your Renew. I like it, like I said, with my Soul Royal drink, but the way I started drinking it, the way I acquired a taste for it, because it can have a little bit of a different taste, was I would put it in hot water and make it in a 12-ounce mug, like a big mug of hot water with a little bit of lemon. And if you wanted to give it like a popsicle kind of flavor, do it with coconut milk. It tastes like a dreamsicle if you do that. So it's really yummy. But hot drinks with a little bit of milk before going to bed will also stimulate good sleep. So if you're trying to train your brain to go to sleep at a certain time, take your Renew hot. Don't take it room temperature, and don't take it with the collagen. Take your collagen at 7, take your Renew at 9, and that will be a great way to use it. That's my tip. Okay, that's not based on any science. It's based on Debbie's experience, that if I take that collagen at 7, and my husband is notorious for snacking at night while we're watching TV. He's evil. He eats everything that I love, and I know I can't eat it because I don't eat after 4 p.m. And so I'm watching him just going, oh, I wish I had those nuts. Oh, I wish I could have that popcorn. So I'll fix a Soul Royal then. If like it's been a super stressful day, then I will mix up a little packet of Soul Royal with a little bit of almond milk, half water, and it fills me. There's fiber. There's fiber in this as well as your protein. So that's a good thing to do at 7 p.m. And then at 9, because my stomach's empty, because I haven't eaten since 4 p.m., like a meal, I haven't eaten since 4, then I will take my hot Renew and put a little splash of almond milk in it. It's unsweetened. and my body feels like, oh, that's comforting. Okay, great. And by then my husband, you know, at 9 o'clock, he goes to bed. I start turning off the lights. That's when I clean the kitchen in very low light. The news is not on. I go, I brush my teeth. By 9:30, I'm ready to go to bed. And my body is starting to feel like, yeah, I'd like to go to sleep too, you know? So that's how I do it. Gwen, you had a question or a comment?
Answered it, Debbie. My question was going to be, would you take it in hot water? Could you put it in hot water, but you add oil in hot water and drink it? You would take the Solle oil first and then wait a little, maybe an hour or two, and then you would put the Renew in hot water, and that's going to help to relax you so that you can go to sleep. You answered.
Yes, yes, it works really well. I've loved it both ways. Like I say, you know, in the summer when it's hot inside the house, you might try either way and see how you feel. And then you could fix it in cool water with your Solle oil and slowly sip it until 9. There's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, it has helped me to stop eating at a certain hour. I have to say that I'm really happy that in this last month without dieting, I've actually lost 3 pounds. So that's, you know, that's great. So I think, Sybil, did you have any questions?
Excuse me. I have been thinking, I've been thinking a lot, and, you know, just to myself, like lately I got off track and the balm helped me just get out of the house. You know, sometimes like it takes a lot of work to stay on my plan. And then if I get off schedule, like I step too late or whatever, then I don't, like today I had important stuff to do. I haven't even had a glass of water all day, and it's the end of the day.
Yeah. And that's
And I don't always do this, but like when I do this, I'll do the balm, you know. So I see that I have to be really consistent to be able to keep on going. And one of the problems that I have had is that the very first thing I learned in another place, but maybe from you.
You probably learned it from me.
Maybe from you and Greg, was that I always established a habit that I got up first thing in the morning and I drank my chlorophyll and I waited a little while. I did my probiotics and my chlorophyll on an empty stomach. I trained my whole family to do that. And then we went and made our beds and got dressed, and we came back and had our supplements and then had breakfast a little later. And that always worked for me. And I have not been very consistent with my probiotics since I've been trying to take them at nighttime. And this is a problem because it's a good problem in that I've been like 8 years with my feet up and not moving around that much, but doing what I could. And so now I'm functioning more normally. But I often now, when I get home, I will sit down to rest, and I can fall asleep anytime from 5 o'clock to sometimes I'll be awake all night, but I can just, fall asleep with my clothes on, and I don't take anything at night that I'm supposed to.
Okay.
So I think I have to change. I'm sorry, I'm not being clear. I just am trying to figure out what's best for my routine. And what has been working is I just dump everything together in my morning smoothie. I'll do the soil, the royal and the protein and the greens, and I'll do all that. And then when it's almost empty, I put more water in it and I put all the drinks in and bomb myself. That's been carrying me. If I do that in the morning, that carries me, but that doesn't mean I'll take everything else I'm supposed to. And the two things that I do take very well are the Solflex PI and the Adaptable.
Uh-huh.
I almost never forget those.
Your brain is telling you need them, and that's a good thing. May I make a suggestion to you, Sybil? And I'm sure Gwen has some suggestions.
Please.
So what I do, planning is everything. And like you say, sometimes if you're up all night, take a couple of bottles of water. I don't care if you use bottles of water, 16 ounce, 32 ounce, save a few empty ones. Okay. And I'm going to tell you what I do with my empty bottles. I just saved a clear gallon jug because I liked it because it was clear. I fill that. I put it close to wherever I am going to be working, right? So keep a gallon of water handy. So you see it, you drink it, you'll get up, you'll drink it. I keep my probiotics at my bedside, even though the label says keep refrigerated. The only reason it says keep refrigerated, you guys, and this is not a secret, Greg will tell you, it's to keep in accordance with FDA, okay? Because they say probiotics need to be refrigerated. Our probiotic does not need refrigeration, okay? It doesn't need refrigeration. Why? Because all of these strains of probiotics on here are heat resistant, which means that they can survive the acids in the stomach and make it farther into your intestinal tract than most probiotics that you will buy on the market.
So doesn't that mean then when we can just take it with food?
You can take it with food, but what I like to do is because I like it to get into my digestive tract with nothing else, just the enzymes at night. It can work and sit and work its way through. Remember what your body does whenever you eat, Sybil. If you are eating and you ate an hour or two before, your body goes, uh-oh, here comes another load. I better push this right through. And a lot of absorption does not happen because your intestine starts to move. It should move faster and will cause more peristalsis because it says, I have to make room for the next load that's coming through. I don't have time to absorb this food. And so it will push it through without absorbing it. And that's really what happens with probiotics. And so I like to take my probio at night with my Vertizymes on an empty stomach. Why? Because I know that the Vertizymes are not going to destroy the probiotic, right? The Vertizyme is going to help just open up that capsule and get it through. And now it has a way to sit in my intestines a little bit longer and work its way through. And what these two do together is this probiotic has red reishi in it, which is a medicinal mushroom, right? It also has bacopa, an herb which strengthens the brain. And it has 5-6 different strains of probiotics in there. And it also has prebiotic. So it's feeding the good bacteria and helping to nourish the intestinal system, keeping it smooth, as well as helping the brain. If your gut is not working, your brain does not function.
Oh, I understand that the leaky gut is one of my issues because there was a time when I couldn't afford to eat well or take my supplements and I developed some problems. So I know what you're telling me is true. I just find I'm not, have not been successful to be compliant with that plan.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I set them right by me, even if when I set them right by my chair,
Mm-hmm.
or close to my bed, I fall asleep and I don't take them. And I also don't take, I finally got some plant-based bioidentical hormones last year. And that's the same thing for them. I'm supposed to take the progesterone at night and I have to really work at it. And then if I have to take the progesterone separate, then these two, forget it. It'll be a miracle to be able to do it. And it's just, I'm trying to develop new habits, and while I have a cognitive deficit, and it just takes so much work.
My phone is my best friend because I set alarms.
Right.
A repeating alarm for every day of the week. It repeats every day of the week and it goes off at X amount of time. take your blah, blah, blah. And what will happen is I have set out that blah, blah, blah by my bed or by, on the kitchen counter or by my desk. And, I'm not wearing it today, Gwen, but I have it because I always have it here where I'm sitting by the computer, my diode. So it's the little things, that you do, Sybil, that will help you get in a routine. In the meantime, set an alarm, leave Post-it pads everywhere, and get up and do it. It's easy to get caught up in work. I do it. Like right now, I'm looking at my gallon and there's like this much left at the bottom. And I'm thinking, that's great. I did really great with water today. I put my apple out. I set out my apple. I had my very low cal, because I love chocolate, you guys. I bought these Weight Watcher chocolates and they're small, they're caramel. I can have my healthy indulgence, I portion out my little popcorn that I like, or I portion out the nuts that I love, and all of those little things. It might look crazy, but at the end of the night, when I clean up everything, it's all clean. And then I set out everything for the next day. I do keep in the trailer, it's a little hard, but I do keep a bottle of water on the counter. So every time I walk by it, I have to take a sip, or I fill up my big jar. There's little things that you can do. Set the alarm. I know that you're a woman of faith. Just pray. The Lord will remind you when it's time to take your stuff. And if it comes down to you take it all at once. I love that you said that you mix all your drinks and then you take your complete, with leaky gut syndrome. I wanted to make this known. Leaky gut syndrome, food allergies, Solle Complete, our complete protein powder is amazing because there's some healing herbs in there and also fruit fibers. And that really helps to heal the gut. I know a lady who had severe food allergies and leaky gut. And she is one of the leaders at Solle. And I'm not going to say her name, but I'll point her out if you're at convention with me. She has talked about it publicly. What healed her gut was the Solle Complete. That was the only thing that she could use. As a matter of fact, the fiber, she wasn't using fiber because she was allergic to certain fruits as well. And so what she started to use was our Good Vibrations and the Solle Complete. Good Vibrations, it's got a ginger pear combination. Ginger is wonderful for healing and as well as stimulating digestive juices in the digestive system. But because pear is the most anti-allergenic fruit, that's why Solle paired it with that. Ha, you got the pun, right? And paired it. So they put pear in the Good Vibrations, and it not only smells good, it tastes good, but it's very anti-allergenic. And so there's a lot of science in there. There's a lot of great thought that goes into all of those products, as well as the Solle Complete. So the Solle Complete has a lot of things that you'll see in others of our products. A lot of the ingredients are repeated throughout. And you might be tempted to say, well, if I'm taking this, I don't need to take that. Well, that's not necessarily so, right? Because your body will use what it needs. But I wanted to close out because, believe it or not, ladies, we've been talking for over 45 minutes. And for me, it's fun. I get nervous, but let me share my screen with you and hope that you can see this. So I am on the back office, right? And I went to the home page. I dropped down. I went to the resource center. You see here, it's highlighted. I clicked on the resource center and went to documents. And the first thing that pops up is all the product information, right? So you can see this here, but I wanted to show you where you don't have to memorize everything that I told you. That's the good thing about having a recording. But if you wanted to know how to use the product and how to recommend the timetable for people to take it, let me just show you on a couple of them, okay? So say you were starting with one of the smaller packages, the starter kit, the sleep starter kit. Maybe you're not even doing the 4-month program yet. You could click on these starter kits here and you'll see, I'm going to click on one for you. Can you still see it? Can you see it big?
Yes, and I've run across those, and right now you just told me where to click to get to that page and I already forgot.
Okay, so it is on the Resource Center.
Oh, of course, Resource Center. Thank you.
Okay, and you're gonna go there, and here it tells you, how do I use it? It says any of the drinks can be used as a great mix-in for the protein shake or smoothie. Do you see that? It's one of the first points. And then it says daily protocol. Between morning and noon, you'll take your Infatuate and your Soul Vital. In the afternoon to evening, and you can decide what time, you'll take Vertizymes, the Soul Renew, and the Contentment Oil. You'll use that and roll it on. Okay, so all of the product kits, anything that's a package, has a protocol on it. So let me go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So see, if you go to the Resource Center, when you click on Resource Center, it immediately brings you here to these product pages. So if you are recommending the 4-month program and you don't know where your protocol is, let me show you the shortcut. Do you see right here where it says Soul Package Protocols? Write it down.
Yes.
Soul Package Protocols. I'm going to click on View. What you may want to do is upload this and save it to your computer so you don't have to keep going to the Resource Center. And the reason I'm saying this is when you save the document, you can actually print 1 page at a time. You don't have to print all 13 pages, but there are 13 packets here. So here is the Good Track 14-day cleanse. If someone says, hey, Gwen, I've been wanting to do a cleanse that's only 2 weeks, something that's easy to use, Gwen would say, we have a wonderful package for that. And here's the instructions. Gwen.
I love that. Thank you.
Yes.
That's going to help me a lot.
Gwen
Just
and
learning to
Sybil.
think that way. You know, I still think with a million different individual products and combinations, and it's different to learn to think in primary colors.
Yeah, right. Red, green, yellow, and blue. But you don't have to memorize anything, Sybil. Right here it says, wake up, drink 10 ounces of cool water. Before breakfast, take your good vibrations, right? And it tells you, mix in 10 ounces of water and take 3 fast track capsules. Then it says, between 7 and 10 a.m., drink a Soul Vital. But you know, you don't drink anything with food, right? You should take your food without any liquid. So you can decide now, do I take breakfast and then take my Soul Vital? Or do I have my Soul Vital and then brush my teeth, shower, and get ready, and then have breakfast? Okay. And it will tell you right here. Do you see this? It is the easiest thing. And then before bedtime, take your Amitox. Do you see that? That is just the easiest thing. So here's the fast track for people who want to lose weight and cleanse at the same time. It's a detox cleanse. You can do it with the Soul Complete. So it has the Dutch cocoa flavor, and then we'll show it with the the natural flavor, right? Just because people like to see their product and it tells you. Here is the Lymphatic Cleanse. This is package number 8. This is actually, so if you can still see me on the screen as well as that, then you know that we're talking about package 8. That's month 3 of the 4-month cleanse. It's actually called the All Cell Nutrition Package. And here it is. It tells you, wake up, take your Amitox, then before breakfast, take your good vibrations and your Soul Clear. And then between 7 and 11, which means I will have to figure out what time I want to eat breakfast, and then have a Cinemate. And then in the afternoon, have a Soul Vital. Then I'll come home and I'll have dinner. I'll go exercise. I'll cook. I'll talk to my husband. I'll play with my doggies. And before bedtime, it says, take your 2 ProBio and your 3 Fast Track on an empty stomach. Do you see where it shows an asterisk? Bedtime on an empty stomach. So do you want to know how to find these here?
Pardon?
So everybody knows where to find them now, right?
Yes, thank you. And I have seen them, but somehow hearing you tell me how to use these papers makes it make more sense to me.
It makes a ton of sense, you know, and there's a lot of packages in here. Like I said, there's 13 pages of packages. If you're working on strengthening your liver or cleansing your liver, I love the Complete Infatuation. That you're mixing your Soul Complete, your Infatuate, your Cinemate, and your Vertizymes. or you can use the one that has the Power Chi program. I love it because it has the Avant Greens and it has the Power Chi capsules, which is high in beet root. Beets, you know, are amazing for the liver. So this is why you can lose weight. You can do your Power Chi 1 month and you can alternate and then do complete infatuation. So you're still strengthening your body. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have options.
Mhm.
Options.
Yes.
Go ahead, Gwen.
So if you go into the website and go to the resource center on your phone and pull those up, you can actually share that page with someone from your phone.
You can actually hit share. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
If you're doing it on your PC, you want to hit download. And if you
Right.
click
And then
download
save
here,
it, and then you can
yes,
send one copy. But if you're doing it on your phone, and I did it one day, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have to send this when I get home. And I was looking for it on the phone, and then I saw it there. I clicked it, and I'm like, oh, I can just send it to her now. So it was
yes,
really easy.
it sends the link. And now you can even share a shopping cart with people. And we'll talk about that next week, okay?
Great. Sounds good.
So yeah, it's awesome. And I think if you go back to this last week's, no, Jordan, it was on Monday. Jordan shared how to share a shopping cart. It's on Monday Morning Talk
I'm
Success.
going to have to go watch that. I need to know how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
I will send it to you all on the WhatsApp, Gwen, and when you send this, you can send that as well.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
Do you send me stuff on WhatsApp?
Yes, you're included on WhatsApp.
Oh, I think I've seen it before. Thanks.
Okay, and you're also included on the text group, Sybil.
I know. I'm so grateful for that. And I just appreciate the extra help, because whenever I can have a link saved to my calendar or in a text, just makes it easier to get in.
I know.
So just, and like, if I don't do something every day, I forget, and it's just a lot. I have to really stick with it to keep remembering what I'm doing now.
And you're getting better. You're getting better. Your brain is responding better. It's awesome. Keep reading your book, The Fix. That's my tip for this week. Read The Fix. It's a book written by Dr. Allison Caldwell Andrews. You love her. She actually does a great explanation in there, Sybil, that I think you're going to love. But I'm going to go ahead and say bye-bye. I love you.
Thank you.
We have been on for over almost an hour. And I know that when you share this, it makes it hard if they have to go through the whole hour. So
Yeah.
I love you guys. I thank you for being with me every week. I love you.